Okay, six pack Lapadat. We got Sara Naldi, and Sarah's got her husband, translator, best
Boyfriend and
friend.
translator, not his husband yet, but we never know.
You would never. Maybe you propose on the show. Wouldn't hurt the ratings. Wouldn't hurt the ratings. Wouldn't be mad at that. Um, gotcha. Well, thank you guys for coming on. So I guess right off the hop, the number one question I would have is your decision to cut down to the 47 or 57 class, 47, Jesus, getting ahead of myself.
We don't know.
But the 57 class. So what went into the decision to cut down to the 57 kilo class?
The decision, I made this decision in February 2024 when Agatha won Sheffield for the first time. And I see that and I thought, okay, maybe I can cut down in 57 and try to win Sheffield. Um, when I started powerlifting in 2018, I was a 57 in 57 weight class. And I missed weight at my second competition
Oh,
in Italy. So I go to 63 kilo classes and stay here for a long time. But when the last year I saw Agatha, I thought, okay, uh, I can try to do the same. And I just wrote a message to my coach, and I say to him my decision, and he was agree, of course. So here we are.
oh, well, first off, your English is really good. So that like that's wonderful. You got it really good. Um, you know what? The same thing has happened on the men's side where Shell in the 74s, he was going against Perk and he dropped down to 66, won Sheffield, obviously. And it's like a ripple effect where now Kasim Sand, who was the 66, who is still is a 66 world champion um, from 2024, he's dropping down to 59. And when someone drops down, does well, it makes you wonder, hmm, you know, could I do the same thing? Now, um, so let's talk about the process of you dropping down. Then we could talk about girl power. And really, girl power in 2024 is if people were somewhat, because I know you did 505 initially when you dropped down, and people are like, huh, okay, that's a good total. But at girl power, you and Jad were head to head and you total 515, and this is when you actually had a bigger total due to or broke the tie due to body weight with Jad, and that's when you really hopped on people's radar. And since then, 195 kilos for a triple on squat is insane for the 57 kilo class. I mean, that's over the world record for a triple. I mean, it's crazy what you're doing, and a lot of people are very excited what you might do. So once you decided, all right, I think I'm going down to 57 kilos, what did you change up in terms of counting steps, calories, or what have you?
Okay, I have a nutritionist, so I really don't know how many calories I eat in a day,
Oh,
but approximately,
Yeah.
okay. I think now I am very low on
oh,
the,
really? Yeah.
yeah, I'm hungry. On day off, I eat 1,400 or 500 calories, and on day on, I eat 1,700 or something more. Um, so yeah, it was difficult, of course. I cut down afterwards, and I can say it was so dire che non è stato così tanto difficile, però è stato difficile.
It was not so difficult because she had his nutritionist that helped her, but it's difficult in day-to-day life due maybe to party with friends or
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
So it's easy the thinking part because there's someone that's thinking about your calories, but you have to do
Mm.
it. So you need to be to be consistent in everyday life.
Yeah, yeah. My nutritionist and my coach work head to head,
Yeah.
head to head. Um, and I have to do add some cardio with
Mm.
the steps and with the bike. So
Oh,
uh,
really?
yeah, I cut some calories and do some cardio and go hard on training, of course.
Mm.
And come si dice, ce l'abbiamo fatta.
We've done it.
And we've done it. Cos'altro? I can
So
see.
quick question with that. Okay, so um, is your nutritionist and coach, are they both in Italy with you or are they online?
Yeah, they're in Italy. They're in Italy, but not in my same city. I'm from Bologna and they are from Verona. 2 hours, 2 hours cars
By car.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I work with my coach on the on with telephone, with
Mm.
video and online coaching. And I go to him twice a month or once a month. And my
Mm.
nutritionist, no, I never see him. We only work online.
Mm. It's good that those two work together so that if your strength coach, the powerlifting coach, has a big training session coming up, your nutritionist will know. And if you can move calories around, this day she's going to need more calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a lighter day, this day, if you're going to have a tough calorie day, this day she can eat a little less. They can work together. Um, and what's interesting to me, so even though this day and age, a lot of people are online. So you could be in Italy and you can have a coach, nutrition or powerlifting coach who's in France, America, whatever. However, it's the language barriers and the communication barriers that might stop that. That's why I was asking if they're in Italy, because even those two, even if you understand English well, your coaches that work together need to understand each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that communication's got to be, there's barriers that people don't necessarily understand. And I remember when France was first on the rise, and there's some parallels between France and Italy, because Italy seems to be on the rise now, right now as well, especially on the women's side. So when France was initially on the rise, Hannah was saying that the coaching and the programming in France was behind the rest of the world because a lot of the athletes didn't necessarily speak English, and a lot of the programs and the content around training was in English, and there's a barrier, so they couldn't digest that information, bring it into France, disperse it, etc. So then he started taking online classes, and then he started training people, and it kind of made its way there. Do you think in Italy is that is that a barrier there in terms of information for powerlifting, information from nutrition? Like, is there a lot of information coming from outside of Italy coming into Italy? What do you think?
I think that the Italian coach are preparati,
Are
bravi.
prepared and think they are evolving. They are learning. For me, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's a problem. Eh, che altro?
Comunque fanno anche un lavoro di divulgazione.
Sì.
We thought that Italian coaches are evolving right now, and they're gaining experience from all the world competitions. So basically, you are building step by step further information. But I don't think there's a barrier from information coming from outside. I don't think so.
Because it this day and age, when we saw in powerlifting a huge jump in totals, a lot of it is because social media. Before social media was big, uh, we had progress, but now the progress has been huge. And some of it is talent pool. We'll talk about talent pool in Italy. Like more people find powerlifting. Powerlifting is getting more popular, so the talent pool is much bigger. So then when you have a bigger talent pool, you have more outlier athletes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term like outliers, where you have like special athletes. And then on top of that, as time goes by, now we have social media, so sharing of information is has gone way all across the world. If they have a new methods or protocols anywhere in the world, it gets shared. And I think the younger generation is more likely to adapt to that. And we've seen other nations grow like that. How has powerlifting in Italy been growing? Has it been on the rise in Italy?
Penso di sì.
Yeah, we think yes, because when she started, there was fewer people in
Sì.
gym training for powerlifting, and then little by little, I think the number of people increased due to social media, of course, because otherwise you can't see powerlifter. It's really rare to meet a powerlifter if you're not going to a powerlifting gym, I think. And even the gyms are now mm, owning equipment specialized for powerlifting. When she started, I remember she trained with commercial gym equipment that was not suited for powerlifting. And
Mm.
now we got an home gym with everything we need. So even the diffusion of the equipment is more on the rise, I think, in Italy and in other countries.
Yes.
And is gym culture big in Italy? Is there a lot like just average in the general population? Do people go to the gym often or?
Yeah, I think more the wellness side of gym. So maybe lighter weight, you go for a little bit of cardio, you do some courses, but the stronger people, the people that lift most of the weight, are less than the majority of the people.
Yeah.
I think that is the trend. But maybe in the future we are.
There are some cities in Italy which have a lot of gym for powerlifter, like Verona, where Chiara train. There's a lot of powerlifting gym, but here in Bologna we have only one gym or maybe two. But I'm from 40-minute drive from Bologna, so I have to make my gym, my own gym, and I train there.
Yeah, I noticed you got your own place. That's in your house, right?
Yes, it's the first floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
for the joy of our neighborhood, we train here.
And how often do you I don't know how close you are with Chiara, Gara and the other Italian team members, but are you guys able to train together often or like Team France often has sessions together?
No, we only do one raduno,
Meeting.
one meeting with the federation before the World Championship, but during the year we never train together.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm.
And is it previously you guys were all in the 63s? You're all in the same weight class. Did you guys at any point talk together and say, hey, or anybody on Team France say, hey, you guys should split up because you guys could do like a lot of damage in three different weight classes. It'd be amazing for Italy. Did this conversation ever happen?
No, we never spoke about that. I take my decision by myself, and Carola take the decision by
Herself.
herself. I uh, 2 years ago, when I decided to go in 69, Carola and Chiara was in 63, and I thought, okay, it could be difficult to qualify for Worlds, so I have to go up for that reason. But we never talk about tutte insieme,
All together.
all together. No.
Because it makes sense. When you look at the world championships, a nation, for anyone listening who doesn't know, if you get gold, it's 12 points, silver, 9 points, bronze, 8 points, and so on. And if you guys split up, you can collect more team points. Italy's better off as like a team. For yourselves, you each get to have a possibility, maybe of imagine all three of you guys world champion. That'd be insane. Um, it'd be great for Italy. And then even as a viewer, if you're Italian, the world championships is several days in a row. And if you're all in the same day, that's a good day, but it's one day. Where to be from Italy and to tune in, and every day there's an Italian in there. You have somebody to root for. That's huge. On day three, on day four, again on day five, every day Italy has somebody to represent them. I think it's really good for Italy and even other people watching to constantly see Italy being represented. So I love the decision. I'm glad you decided to cut down and make this. Now, how difficult is it to keep up? Is this because this is once somebody drops, Shell drop down, obviously Agatha drop down, and she seems to be comfortable with it. Do you think this is a long-term decision? Do you think this is for a year or two and maybe you'll go back up? Or how do you feel with it right now?
No, I think that I never go up, mai più, come si dice?
Never again.
Yeah, never again.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
uh, if I win Worlds, I hope, but I don't know. Maybe for the World Games, I don't cut down in 57, but I will stay around 59 kilos. In order to not push the world record so high. But if I don't win the the worlds, maybe for World Games I cut down to 57.
Yeah, it's a good
And
idea.
yeah. Yeah, no, I don't, non tornerò su.
I won't go to the upper class.
Yeah, I will not. Maybe it's more probably I cut down to 52, I think.
Oh, really? Holy smokes, that'd be crazy. Um, because you were at a 69, so you'll have done several weight classes by that point. Um, all right, let's talk about that for a second there. Then we'll talk about the world championships because that's interesting. So it must be going relatively easy for you if you're even considering doing 52.
Yeah, when I did the Italian Championship last year, I weighed in like 56 kilos, and I thought, okay, we are only 4 kilos
Yeah.
dalla
Yeah.
56,
From 50,
from
from
52.
52.
And I have this thought, but I think that my nutritionist will kill me. So I, for the moment, I stay in 57 and I try to improve my total
Mm.
the more that I can, and we don't know in the future.
Well, so you were 56 without a water cut? Like that was just your actual body weight.
No, I only cut calories and I arrive in the weight class. My nutritionist don't like the water cut on me. We only do that one time for the 63, but it didn't go so well. So we decide to cut only with calories, and it's good to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's working, keep doing
Yeah.
that. But okay, well, first off, I think it is a good idea to do like go 57 because if you, I mean, you have an opportunity to win the 57 World Championship, go to Sheffield. Your numbers are fantastic. You might as well for sure do that. And then if you make a go around, win a world title at 57, go to Sheffield, do the whole run at 57, perfect. If you decide to go 52, I know you tried a water cut, didn't work so well, but you can make adjustments. Sometimes when you do something for the first time, it doesn't always go well, but they have like gut cuts um, where you just do fluid, like you take all your calories. You probably already know this, but you take all your calories with liquids, not eating it, and you'll lose weight there. You have like you could do a smaller water cut. You never know. Like you might not even have to actually be 52 kilos. If you were already 56, you might only need to get down to 54 in the last 2 kilos as water. That's not even crazy. That might not even be in, oh my goodness, Sarah. If you can keep your strength at 52, holy, that would be crazy.
I think that keep all the strength is impossible, but yeah, it will be crazy. Ehm, cioè, io ho proprio pensato questo, ho pensato se sono arrivata a 56, allora, cioè solo tagliando le calorie, allora posso arrivare in 52, magari con un taglio liquidi.
She's saying that she thought that she went to 56 just cutting the calories. It was, as you said, possible to cut down to 52 by
With a water cut.
without other cut
Yeah,
and
yeah.
removing fluids and liquids and doing the stuff you already mentioned
Yeah, I don't think it's possible cut to 52 only
with
with
calories and
Yeah, yeah,
calories.
yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Like, just like anything, the more you do something, the better you get.
yeah.
And the more like adjustments you make. So if you practice water cuts, not even for competition, just, after world games when you have some time and you just practice it, see what works, see what doesn't, because there's so many ways of doing it. Like a water cut isn't just a water cut. There's so many different methods of water cutting, from like baths to saunas to gut cutting for it's just liquid calories and not eating to in just like the last few days, not forever, but there's so many ways of doing it that you might as well give it a try, especially now with Sheffield. You, it'll be worth your while literally in money, let alone accolades. And not a lot of people become two weight class world champions. If you got an opportunity, it's worth a while to investigate, I think. But yeah, that's exciting. Wow. I mean, I seen you were 56. I wasn't sure if you had water cut to make it there. But apparently not. Apparently not.
Um, in Italia, allora, io vorrei dire che non è facile provare il taglio peso, come posso dirlo?
It's not easy to try.
In Italy, it's not easy to try the water cut because we have a lot of competition obbligatorie,
Mandatory.
mandatory,
Ah,
for qualified to the awards. I have to do we have to do the nationals in September or October, and you have to do that in the same category of the awards. So yeah,
mm,
yeah, so last year I need to cut down to 57 for nationals. And then we have to do another competition. Only bench or deadlift competition is enough, but we have to do another competition in January or February in order to
Quali-
confermare
Confirm the qualification.
confirm the qualification. So we don't have a lot of time for try the water cut.
mm,
Uh, all the competition I do are mandatory for what?
mm,
So I
mm.
can take the risk of fuori peso.
Non lo so. Eh,
Okay.
being too heavy for the competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
at at the very least, a water cut usually takes like you water load for 5 days, cut out water for like a day and a half. So water cuts around a week. And
Mm.
then as soon as you hydrate, you're back to normal. So if you even find like a week in November, December, just a week, it'll be a bad week. But it's only a week, so you might be able to. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Because
Yeah.
if you make it to Sheffield and you decide to do an Evie or an Agata and be like, surprise, I'm gonna be a 52, I would, if you're going to do that, which would be like everyone's going to go crazy and that'd be super exciting. And everybody loves to do that at Sheffield because whatever it's not a qualifier for like nationals or worlds. So if you don't make weight or you do make weight, you're fine. So that's why Sheffield is gold for this. But if you do, I would suggest at least 1 week. You're like, I don't care what happens that week. I'm going to test it out first just to see. But yeah, that would be exciting. If you just show up at a Sheffield, be like, so listen, if you're gonna do it, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But if you win worlds and you go to Sheffield and you're thinking about 52, jump in my DMs and let me know and let's do a podcast. You can announce it like Agatha did. All right. Let's work together on this. Let's work together on
Yeah.
this. It'll be exciting. But we'll put a pin in that. Um, so what are some of your thoughts on the world championships? What are some of your personal goals for worlds? Do you have certain personal goals you have for the world championships?
Of course, I have. Uh, I like to break the world record squat and maybe the world record total. But I will do everything is in my possibilities for qualified for Sheffield, obviously. Um, I think that will be crazy because Jed, Natalie, and Joy are so strong. And
Mm,
if Jed and Natalie are in a good day, are on a good day, they can push molti chili,
A
insomma,
lot of
a lot of kilos. Uh, so it will not be easy.
mm,
Um, I like to break the world record squat, of course, and do my best bench, the best bench
yeah,
I can. And in deadlift, I only do the necessary for the win.
yeah. what do you anticipate? Because it's difficult because Jad and Natalie's coming off injury. I think Jad as well has had some issues that she's had to deal with, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure where they're going to be at. It's difficult to say. If they're 100%, we got ourselves a pretty good show going. What do you think the 57s will be at in terms of total? Are we looking at into the 520s? Do you think it might even push into the 530s? What do you think the winning total might be?
I hope that 520 will be enough,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
know. Maybe 525, but more is difficult to think, but not impossible. Um, yeah, we don't know. Uh, Me, Jed, and Natalie have, I think, the same injuries because me too have an hip flexor injuries during this prep. So we really don't know what can happen.
Hmm. It's anybody's game once you get there. You never know. Were you previously, when you were like competing as a 63, were you paying attention to the 57s and watching Jad and watching Natalie and seeing their rivalry?
Mm, no, I only watch my category because I never thought about cut down before last year.
Mm.
So no, yeah, I see Jed and Natalie, and I thought, wow, they are so strong, they are amazing. But I never thought about compete head to head with them.
Mm. And now you're paying attention to them. Are you paying attention to the 52s? Are you watching everybody? You're like Agatha at this point. 69 all the way down to 52. You're looking at everybody.
Yeah, I think I'm not like Agatha, but
Yeah. Well,
okay.
let's see what happens. You win two world titles, two weight classes. People will say that, but yeah. Um, and if you went to, we'll go back to worlds in a sec, but if you go to 52, you would. There's a possibility of being the very first 52 to total 500.
Yeah,
Nobody's
possible.
done it, and we're talking about it. Everyone talks about first. Who's first to do that one big number? Who's first? In 52, we've been talking about 500, 500, 500 at 52. And when Agatha went to Sheffield, if she dropped down to 69, it was 600. And everyone's like, can she do 600? And that's when she won Sheffield.
Yeah.
So just foreshadowing a little bit, you make it that far, that would be crazy if you tried to do that. I know you're saying I'm not Agatha, but those could be some goals to pop up on everybody's radar. But yeah, I think what else are you looking forward to when you look at the world championships? Are you going to, because you get to go first in terms of the Italians with Chiara and Gara? Are you sticking around and are you going to be watching the 63s and the 69s and will you be around to watch the rest of the world championships?
And not live because I have to go home for work, but I obviously see them online.
Uh yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
There's enough. I mean, there's nothing quite like the world. You won't make the banquet either.
Can you repeat, please?
You won't make the banquet at the end, when
Ah,
everybody, yeah, that's too bad.
no, I can't because I work as a nurse, and from June to September we have le ferie.
Holidays from work that are really strict because there's a lot of people in Italy that likes to go to the beach in August, so they are scheduled. So you can't basically take every holiday you want during that period.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This
And
year I take 2 weeks for the War Games,
so,
Oh,
so
okay, yeah.
I can take another days in June. So
Mm.
unfortunately, I have to go home.
Is it different this year that you three are in three different weight classes, and previously you guys would be often competing for the same goals, so you have competing interests. Now you're in three different weight classes, you're on the same team. Is it different now when you're watching them? You could be rooting for them and you have different goals. Is it more of a team atmosphere now with Team Italy?
I think that for Italy, it's been insane this year. Uh, we will probably try to win, maybe not the gold, but maybe the silver or the bronze in like a nation, and that is insane for Italy.
Yeah, that's huge. That would be
Uh,
huge.
so it will be amazing. I hope that me, Chiara, and Carola can have a good day, obviously,
Mhm.
and, and do the best.
One of the biggest ways to increase popularity inside any country is to have stars and people, if not winning, just on the podium, involved in some of the biggest battles. It's huge to increase. That's why France had, like, when they had Turbo Tiff, Leah, Penna, and, you know, Jad, Noemi Alaber, all these people winning world titles all at once. It's just like a wave of everyone's like, oh, what's going on in France and inside of France? If you have an interest at all with strength, and then you go on social media and you find people from your country and you find people from your country posting, but not only and doing well. So you're like, oh wow, we're good at this sport. But not only that, they're creating content in your native language. So it's easy to read their posts, watch their videos, get interest, like follow their posts leading into the competition afterwards. That's what's going to help. So you guys, if you have a really good showing, Italy in at the World Championships, it's really big for powerlifting in Italy. Um, do you guys have? Are there like big content creators in Italy? Do you guys have like some social media people involved with powerlifting that are creating content in Italian?
Mm. Non lo so, sai,
You maybe.
se c'è qualcuno che lo fa.
Mm,
Come gli possiamo dire, c'è qualcuno, tutti fanno dei corsi in
no, ma
inglese,
tipo
ma
content
proprio,
creator.
no.
I think there are few channel, but they're little with not a lot of subscription. So I don't think there's a really strong content media creator in Italy. Maybe teams like her team trying to promote powerlifting by meeting or small competition and their social media, but not a single person, maybe more as a team.
That's the next step is if we can get because you guys have the talent. That's what helped on France. They're like they really like making content, and their content goes big. The next step is because I'll help as much as I can, like have you guys on podcasts and push on King of List for sure. I'm gonna help as much as I can, but I don't speak Italian, and to really grow it, there's gonna be a lot of people in Italy that need to find it in Italian. And the next step will be content creation. So it's out there for people to find you guys. Because you guys got three world class ladies on your team that can all either win or collect medals at the world championships. Somebody's got to be documenting this in the road to worlds with all three of you. And then recap what happens with all three of you. And then, people are going to find this and be like, oh my gosh, did you know Italy's got all like a very strong team? Um, can't let this opportunity slip. Hopefully somebody can just film as much as you can, anyways, please. do
Okay.
do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And as long as it's captured afterwards, even you know what, like Sarah, even your weight cut. You're doing a good job on social media. You're documenting your weight cut. You're documenting these things. People love that stuff because a lot of people want to do it and they want to follow someone else's journey and then be like, oh, this is how she did this. This is how he did that. And just like you with Agatha, it sparks something in the back of their mind. Same deal. They'll watch you and be like, well, maybe it's not so crazy. If I cut down these calories, do these steps, you hop on the bike, whatever. And people love following a journey. And then whatever happens, happens. So when you compete, they're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Now they're emotionally invested.
Mm.
You know what I mean? We're like, previously, it's like, all right, you just show up, you're in the same country, it's kind of cool. But if they've been following your journey, from 63, cutting to 57. Oh my gosh, she's strong and following you along the way. And then they're like, when it comes time to compete, now everybody's like, oh my God, I hope she wins. Like it becomes an emotional investment. Yeah, it's you've done very well in terms of documenting that. So that's good. Um, and so you won't be able to stick around. That's too bad in terms of the other talents, Kiara and Corolla. Do you guys keep in contact though? Leading into this World Championships, are you guys? Do you have like a group chat? Do you keep in contact leading into the Worlds?
Chiesto se noi ci
Se
parliamo
vi
più.
parlate, se avete dei contatti,
No,
se vi
no,
sentite.
no,
Oh,
we never have contact. From me and Chiara, there was a lot of rivalry the last year, and come si può dire?
It's difficult to maybe talk to your opponent, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh
So,
yeah, yeah, for sure, of course, yeah.
so basically,
Tell her what you're doing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
you're competing
Yeah.
for the same medal, so maybe it's a little more difficult to talk each other. And they are also from different teams, so maybe it's also more difficult to doing workout together or meetings. So
Yes, unfortunately in Italy we don't have a really team, come si può dire, proprio un'unione nel,
we're trying
nel
to find the words in
team.
English.
Praticamente in Italia non ce l'abbiamo ancora molto questa cultura di essere un
Okay.
team,
She's saying that
però ci stiamo
in
lavorando.
Italy we don't have a culture of a national team, maybe. We are not
Mm.
really a uniform group, but we are working on this. So maybe in the future we are going to have a more connection with other team and with other
Yeah, now we have
Definitely.
SBD
Italy.
Italy,
Yeah.
and this help because they organize a shooting and we can train tutti insieme,
All
all
together
together. So it help the sport and the growth.
and even in not being in the same weight class, it can
Yeah.
help, I think.
100%.
So.
100%. Yeah. No, I agree 100%. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're both competing against each other, you're not going to make contact all the time. That's kind of weird. But you can't share information because yeah, it doesn't help you out. But when I was talking about the content creation, I was thinking SPD Italy, how they might be able to do these things. Like for instance, when all three of you are at the World Championships, you got to take time to do a good photo shoot with the three of you all together at once. Because this is like you can't take for granted if you understand that expression. This is an era. It wasn't like this before for Italy. It might not be like this again. It might, but right now is a special moment where Italy has three world class powerlifters at the same time that are all capable of winning. Um, Gara's got a tough one with Agata there, but still, she's a multiple time world champ. This is an era where all three of you, when all is said and done, might be world champions. And when you look back, sometimes you'll have competed against each other. Sometimes you'll have competed as teammates together, but you want to get pictures and videos for this era to be documented because it is a special time for Italy. And I do like to increase the popularity in Italy. It would be huge while you're together at Worlds. Take a minute, take pictures together, do interviews together, do as much together as you can, and make those digital assets digital so it's there forever, and you could use it for here on out. For here on out, that's yours. Because time comes and goes, and who knows what everybody's gonna do. But I think that'd be huge. What do you guys think would help expand powerlifting in Italy?
Chiesto cosa potrebbe aiutare l'Italia per far sì che si espanda la cultura del powerlifting a livello nazionale. I
Domanda.
think that's a tough question because in Italy there's a lot of football. That's the sport you see on television, and all the other sport are treated a little less. So even volleyball and other sports are
Tennis.
tennis, maybe now because we got Sinner that's a strong player. But it's really hard to try to push this kind of sport to the masses, you know. But as you said before, I think having people that is going to win some in different classes is going to help because you have three ladies. That's not one, that's not two. It's three ladies that are going to maybe are going to do something good, and maybe even the media is going to listen, to see, and document it to other people. That's for sure is the only way we had to try to expand this sport.
Mm, yeah.
Honestly, you guys might need to reach out to the media yourselves, and if they don't reach
Yeah,
out to you, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
because because it is like to have three athletes at the world championships is not small. That is big. And if you reach out to the media yourselves and just be like keeping you guys in the know, we had three people compete at the world championships on the women's side. All three of them won medals. You know, two, three, or one of them became a world champion. Five world records broken. Like if you send that out, you create one email and you shoot, like copy paste and just shoot it out to 20 different medias. Someone's going to pick it up.
mm.
Someone's going to grab with it. Someone's going to roll with it. Sometimes you got to do it yourself, and you can't
Yeah,
wait for them to come to you.
yeah.
It
That's
is
true.
what it
That's
is.
absolutely true. Because maybe you don't have to wait. You need to shout to the people what you've done. So I agree with
100%.
you. I agree with you.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a
I mean,
possibility. How did you, yeah, create the hype, create that. And how did you find powerlifting? Because you've been powerlifting for quite some time.
Um, I started powerlifting in 2018 after a surgery for che mi si dice crociato?
She broke her knee while skiing, I think,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she had to do the rehabilitation. So basically, she went
yeah.
through
After surgery, I have to go to the gym and a quel tempo.
at that time.
At that time, my sister did powerlifting.
Really?
Um, yeah, yeah, a long time ago.
Hmm.
Eh, so I start to go to the gym and do some squat, bench, and deadlift, and then I participate to a little comp, come si dice, organizzata dalla mia squadra, una
Uh,
piccola gara.
Her team at the time organized a meet, an amateur-like
Yeah,
competition where you sign up and you just do the competition. And she tried to do the competition, and she
yeah, and I
met
met
her coach. So
and I met
basically,
my
from
coach.
that moment, she started training with her coach, and she we
Yeah.
wa he we wasn't we don't know each other at the time, but after that time, later on, we get together. So.
Yeah. Ehm, che altro?
So basically, because she's really competitive, she saw her sister doing it, and she tried to getting better than her. That's my
Your
thought, but
impression? Well, I think you might have surpassed your sister. I think you
I
checked
think
that
so.
off. Your sister's like, all right,
She
well, you
was,
got this one.
yeah, she was 57 in 2018, and she um, uh, went to the European Junior Championship
Mhm.
with a 130 squat, 70 bench, and 145 deadlift.
She's black.
Uh, yeah. So.
You still know her numbers, by the way. That just shows you the rivalry that you just told me all of her numbers from years ago. Like that's
I told you she's really competitive.
yeah,
So.
yeah, 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 yeah. Got you.
Powerlifting got so different
Yeah.
in that year.
Well, first off, and this is gonna sound funny, but thank God you broke your knee. Huh?
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God you broke your knee. At the time, you're like, oh my God. But you never know. Isn't life funny that you breaking your knee and having to go through rehab? And at the time, you were like, ah, this is bad. Oh my gosh, I got a broken knee. And now it literally put you on the path to find powerlifting, meet your boyfriend, literally changed your freaking life. All these doors that opened up. And holy smokes, has everything changed since 2018? It was 2018 that you first started?
Yeah, I started competing 2018. I started powerlifting in 2017, but at the end on November. So yeah, I do my first national champ in 2018. Yes, yes. And I won.
Did
I
you?
won
Okay.
as a junior. I won, and I qualified for the European and for the World Junior Champ of 2019, and I won the World Champion, the Junior World Champ in 2019
So
when Carola first won the Open in the
that's
Open.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. I was there actually in Sweden doing the commentary. I mean, this feels like a lifetime ago now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was a big year for Italy actually, 2019, because Corolla winning. I mean, she beat Sam Calhoun. Leah Bavola was there. But this is before we knew the rest of the world knew who Leah Bavola was. The rest of the world knew who Corolla Gara was or yourself. So this was kind of like the foreshadowing or like a preview of what was to come. But yeah, and so much has changed in powerlifting since then. So you were around before Sheffield. You were around before the World Championships feel like they do now because it's different now. It is far, the World Championships feel far more intense. There's more people, more media. Sheffield has changed how we view powerlifting as well, or view a competition for powerlifting. When you first started, who did you, was there powerlifters that you found and you started following?
Quando hai iniziato, quali erano i powerlifter a cui ti ispiravi o comunque che ti piacevano, che seguivi?
When I started in Italy, there was only Carola. She was the only power lifter, the only strong power lifter. So I always see her and I, come posso dire, mi sono sempre ispirata a lei.
She was her inspiration
Yeah.
as an
Mm.
Italian, and maybe from other country, cioè da altri paesi, altre ragazze che ti...
No, when I start, è stato completamente casuale. Non guardavo il powerlifting fuori.
When she started, she was actually a casualty, so she doesn't look to powerlifting as a sport. So she tried the sport. She was pretty good, and from that moment on, she started to look maybe some to other
Yeah.
girls as an inspiration.
So you won a junior world title. Chiara won a junior world title. Um, Carollo has won a couple open world titles. And obviously, you all three you are right in the mix at this world championships. Does it feel a little weird now knowing that when you go to the world championships this time, somebody is starting powerlifting right now, watching you and taking you as an inspiration?
Mi ha chiesto se
Sì, ti fa
pensa, no?
strano se pensare che adesso ci sarà qualcuno che come hai fatto
Yeah.
tu.
It's so strange for me. Eh, sono sempre stata timida.
I always be shy.
Yeah, I always be shy, so I can't believe that there's someone who watch me and take me as an inspiration. But that's good. That's amazing.
Yeah, it just happens. It is what it is. Um, how was the men's side for Italy? Has there been an improvement? Obviously, it's kind of the same thing in France where the women's side seems to be more competitive, but there is men on the men's side in France, like Penna and several other men. The sport grows, but it's a little bit the same in Italy. Well, no, it's definitely the same in Italy where the women's side is stronger than the men's side. But do you think the men's side is improving? Are there male athletes on the rise in Italy?
Yeah, it's slowly improving, but it's so different. In the woman, we have three girls, three strong girls. Uh, in the men, we had Edoardo Mazzucchelli.
Mm. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and we have a strong guys, but they are stronger enough for wars. Forse col tempo.
Maybe with time we are going to have some stronger
Sì.
participant.
You had like obviously yourself a junior world champion, Chiara junior world champion. In the juniors right now, does Italy have people on the come up that you think will progress into the open championships and become competitive like you and Chiara have done?
I honestly don't follow a lot the junior. I don't know, but no, non penso che ci siano dei junior adesso così forti.
She doesn't think that there's any junior around that is going to improve in order to get to the open.
Yeah, e non nel breve periodo,
Not
diciamo.
in the in a short amount of time.
Mm, yeah, yeah. We'll see. People emerge in powerlifting, you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got you. So far, I mean you've had some highlights thus far in your powerlifting career. What is your proudest moment?
Qual è
Un
stato il
momento in cui
momento
sono
più
più...
esatto di cui sei, vai più fiera?
Probably the last year awards. Even if I got the third place, and someone can think that it's not so good, but io sono stata molto contenta.
She was really proud of it.
Yeah, I was really proud, and I get the qualification for the World Games, for the first Classic World Games. So it was amazing. We go head to head with Chiara and with Alba. We have a huge scontro,
Battle.
a huge battle, and um e niente, ne sono uscita terza.
And nothing, she came third. But
So
it
yeah,
was nice
it
to
was
be here.
probably the best moment of my career until now.
That's huge. Wow, I mean, a bronze medal at the Open World Championships is massive. I mean, that, especially in the 63 kilo class, you got Kiara Alba, Megan Scanlon, friggin' the 63s are always crazy competitive. That's huge. Um, when all is said and done, let's say you're 55 years old. You're looking back. You're an old lady now. You got kids, married, retired, the whole nine. You're looking back at your career. How would you like to be remembered?
As a 57 champ. Mi piacerebbe essere ricordata così.
She really liked to be remembered like that. So we're gonna battle for that.
Yeah.
Perfect. And who knows? Maybe more. Maybe 52, maybe Sheffield. It's all on the table. It's all on the table. Well, listen, guys. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Much appreciated. I appreciate you guys taking time out to hop on here, and good luck with everything. We'll stay in contact. I'll see you in Germany, and we'll take it from there. The future's bright for you. I'm glad you made the choice to drop down to 57. The 57s are super exciting right now, and you got between Jad, you, Natalie, Joy. I mean, my goodness. It's going to be a very exciting battle, very good for powerlifting, great for Italy, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot.
And for everybody listening, as per usual, please do subscribe, give us high ratings, and until next time, six pack Lapadat, six up, and we are out.